Brought to you by BlackMagic Design, the world's highest quality products for the feature film, post and broadcast industries. BlackMagicDesign.com, the Tonkawa Film Festival, celebrating short films from around the world. Tonkawafilmfestival.com. And by Dehancer. Use the promo code RABBIT to receive 10% off Dehancer products. Dehancer.com.
It's called The Scout, not to be confused with the 90s film about Yankee pitchers with Brendan Fraser and Albert Brooks. This is a very small independent film written and directed by Paula González-Nasser, and it's very inside baseball for people like you and me. This is about a location scout on a television program in New York City. Our friend and colleague E.G. Argenio, that's his main line. He's been doing this work for years. I'm sure he could see this and attest to everything that's going on in this. Mimi Davila, who is an actress and producer, she did some voice work in the Spider-Verse movies. She plays Sofia. She's the star. This is a character study, not a straight narrative story. Basically, Sofia is a location scout. She goes all over New York City, putting flyers in people's doors, calling people, answering messages, coordinating all over the city to basically rent out people's homes for location shooting. She's working on, like a Law and Order style TV pilot. And there's a bit of dark humor in the idea of they're searching all these places like, where is this a good murder scene? Is this a good place to find a dead body? Like there's a little bit of dry dark humor in that. But this is very much, a day in the life of this person who does very far below the line work in our industry. And it kind of shows like, people think this business is glamorous, and it is, but there are days when it is just a job like any other, and days where it feels like a slog, and that's what she's there to do. She's talking to people, she's hearing their stories, while she's also trying to take in the information about different pieces of decor and furniture in someone's living room, trying to think if it works for, to be the apartment of this character or this character, while also just dealing with people who are angry, annoyed, belligerent, and still trying to have a life in all this. It's this is a person who easily works a 12 to 14-hour day, caravanning herself all over New York. I mean, she starts in Brooklyn, then she's in Manhattan. Later on, she's in Rockaway. She's going all over the place to find these potential locations. And you can just feel it. Whether you work in our industry or not, like, we've all had those days where no matter what you do, it's not good enough. The meeting she has when the location managers and the art directors and the camera people come by and say, I don't like this credenza. I don't like these doilies. These are terrible doilies. It's like, why is this room painted this color? It's like, and you just want to sit there and scream. It's like, these are people's homes. It's like, you're not going to get perfection. If you want perfection, build a dang set. Employ more people to build a set. If that's what you want. If you have an exact image in your mind, you have to create that. You can't depend on others to create it for you, but they still act that way. And there's days where you just want to scream and smack people. It happens in our industry. It happens in every industry. And that's why I kind of love this film. It's like, again, it's very small. I'm honestly kind of surprised that it didn't screen at New York or Brooklyn or Tribeca, because this is a very New York movie. I mean, there's a moment where every New Yorker who watches it, they will just lower their head, their heart will sink when she gets her car booted. It's like she parks near Times Square. runs to a meeting that she's late for, and by the time she's done and comes back, there's the boot. And she has to call at like 7 at night, hope to God she can talk to a human, talk to a computer, somehow pay $400 in fines just to get the code to snap the boot off the car so she can go home. It's like every New Yorker knows that danger. Every New Yorker with a car has been through that. Hell, I've never lived in New York City. I've lived upstate, but I've driven through the city enough times to be like, oh my God. So you can just feel every ounce of frustration she has throughout this. Kind of like a movie version of Clerks. Like you know exactly what this person is going through, whether you've experienced it yourself or you know someone who has. Uh, So to put that against the backdrop of something that seems more highfalutin, more artistic, more creative, that as something like film and TV, as like, yeah, we can have these movies uh where Ethan Hawke chews the scenery for 2 hours in expert fashion. But then there are the 1,000 people below him working 20-hour days to make sure he can do that for 2 minutes in a take. And that's what Sofia does here. That's what Mimi Davila does here. This is what Paula González-Nasser does here as the writer and director. I was fascinated by this. It really does show the normalcy of what we do. And again, having our friend and colleague EJ, someone I've known for over 20 years, knowing that this is his line of work, and he's done it on high profile films like You Hurt My Feelings and Venom: The Last Dance. He does this really well, like to the point where he's sustaining this as part of his career, and is like, yeah, we still all have those days. The grinder and the ringer that you have to go through in jobs like this, it can still be very rewarding, especially when it works out and you find the location that they say, okay, we're gonna shoot here, and we're gonna shoot here for 5 days, and we're gonna pay the homeowner $1,000 for their time. Those are the little rewards that come with these jobs. The reason, especially in our industry, the reason why we keep doing it, because it is that rewarding when it works. But yeah, there are times when you really gotta just slog through it, pick your battles, agree with everything that someone is saying, even if you think it's complete, BS. There's a lot more to it than just the 9 to 5, basically. And I was just kind of floored at how well this group got it across with a very small cast and a very small crew.
All right, man. That sounds like a movie I could talk about all day. Last year I was on a movie. We shot at a location in somebody's house, and it was not easy. But I do kind of wonder if a movie like that might be a little bit too inside baseball for most people, like who don't work in the industry. It sounds like it was kind of made just for people who do.
I mean, like I said, I think it's very translatable to any industry, any you know non-executive job that people do, whether it's blue collar, white collar, no collar. And I'll correct myself from earlier. It did screen at Tribeca as well, but I would have assumed it would have been at every New York-based film festival because again, New York definitely is a character in this film. So yeah, it's very relatable. Even though, yeah, you would think it's inside baseball. This is a role that a lot of people, even those who are film aficionados, don't really think about because there's really no award for location scouting. The Oscars are getting a casting category next year and a stunt category the year after that, but there's still so many tens of thousands of below the line jobs that will never get that kind of recognition. This is the yeoman's work that helps this get done. And we have the cliche of unsung heroes. Well, here's one right in front of you for what we do, but again, easily translated to just about anything else.
This is the BTRP Media Network.